Hey, welcome to our 7-minute breakthrough sessions. This is where we keep it raw, real, and relevant. Find out what your biggest challenge is in your company and solve it right on the spot. So today I'm here with Jesse McFarland. He's my personal trainer. And as a trainer, I'm going to ask what I ask everyone. What's your single biggest challenge in getting that business to where you really want it to be, Jesse?
No problem. Yeah, I'm in the fitness industry. So my biggest challenge is, when I meet somebody or when somebody approaches me and they're interested in training, that I don't capitalize it right away. So within fitness, people are always like, hey, I would really like to train with you, but I can't do it right now. And it could be for a variety of reasons, like financially, or you're just not ready because
busy with work,
family, whatever. But I would like to come see you, maybe start next month. And I don't capitalize it right then. I'm just like, hey, that's great, and I'll see you next month. And I know better than that from being in the industry for a while, that I most likely won't see them again.
So we know that to be true. We know in the moment they say they want to take action, they just don't have to endure the pain of what it means to take action in that moment. So, because he's my trainer, I'm going to share. I know how they feel because I did. I felt the same way. I had the same excuse. I was busy. I was too busy building empires and growing companies, and so I was just going crazy. And plus, I also bought the story that I didn't need it, even though I had 22 pounds of a rubber tire floating around in the middle. And I didn't recognize that I needed to change until I went to a cruise with my kid, my godson, and the whole family. And we went on the Disney cruise. We stopped at Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Took this little boat to the middle of nowhere. It was like heaven. And they had this seal playing with the kids and trained to come on up. And so I was playing with the kids, I was acting like a seal. Now, that was cute until I found in the flip video, I looked just like the seal. So that was enough to say, hey, I need to do something about this. Plus, needing to have enough energy to keep up with a 5 and a 4-year-old, I knew I needed to step up my game.
Right.
So that's when I went and saw you. So let's address this. They're giving you some kind of story.
Right.
And so I've got to ask you, what's the reality? What's the truth? When they give you that story, they say they want to start in two weeks, in a month. You said you never see them again. Is that true?
Right.
All right. So if we have a moral obligation, tip my hat to Abraham, really beating down my head over a decade ago about moral obligations, that if you believe in what you have to offer, you should be morally obligated to do whatever it takes to give them and sell them as much of your product and service as you have to offer.
Right.
So knowing that to be true, we've got to not let this exist.
Right.
So, Tony Robbins, my senior partner in company Business Breakthroughs, he says the only reason you don't have what you want in your life is the story you tell yourself why you can't have it. So they're selling you a story, and it's your job not to buy that story. So you said you get excited, that's buying their story.
Right.
That's praising them for doing what you don't want them to do, which is do nothing.
Right.
And procrastinate and put off to a later date and time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, do you get that?
Yeah.
So instead of rewarding the performance you don't want to see, you want to reward the performance of them willing to come up and talk to you and then handle that. So let's discuss that. First thing we want to do is we want to recognize someone's objection. So go, oh my gosh, absolutely. You can show them that you care. I can't tell you how many times I've heard others say the exact same thing. Here in this fitness industry, even training Olympic athletes, less with them. The only time I haven't heard that is when you were training the
Green Berets.
The instructors for the Green Berets. Only time I don't hear that story is at the Green Beret level. But I know how you feel. So many as others have felt the same way. But you know what I found out after how many years you've been in the industry?
At least 8.
In the last 8 years, is that's the best intent. But how many times do you think I've seen them again?
Right.
When they say that, same thing you've said to me, how many times do you think I really see them again? Now they're going to probably try to tell you another story. Oh, but I'm different. You'll see me. Great. Absolutely. I've got to tell you, there's a thing called law of diminishing intent. Are you familiar with Lodi? Lodi is not just a city in Texas. Law of diminishing intent states the longer you wait to do something that you know you should do now, the greater the chances are you'll never actually get it done.
Sure.
So law of diminishing intent. You can pull out that Lodi right then and there and identify. So do you want to be someone in the moment that you know you should take action at least schedule a time in the future to do this? Or do you want to just be someone who kind of talks about it but never follows through?
Right.
See what's happening?
Yeah.
Am I a schmuck or am I someone who's going to step it up?
Right.
That's pretty much what you just said.
Exactly.
And how many people are going to be like, remember, they said they're willing to do it in the future. You said schedule. Do you see how you're not being extremely confrontational?
Absolutely, yeah.
And if it's not the time nor place, if you're walking along the street or you're in the fitness gym training like me, by the way, you don't know this. You know the guy that stopped you yesterday? Just when we started our training, he was talking to you just before we started our training. Do you remember who that was?
No, I don't remember.
It was taller. I'll point him out in the fitness gym. What he doesn't know is last night they had a chocolate and wine thing.
Oh, I remember that guy, yeah.
And he comes and tackles me. I haven't told him this story yet. And he's like, hey, how about Jesse? Hey, how good of a trainer is? Hey, and basically he's begging to get trained. And I bet he probably told you some kind of story, and I bet you bought it.
I did.
But yet he's tackling...
Last summer.
Last summer.
Yeah.
He's been going for 6 months now, not getting trained. And he's basically telling me all the reasons why he wants to get trained by Jesse yesterday at that chocolate and wine festival. So we must stop buying their stories. It's your job to do that.
Right.
The reason, I'll just hang a hat on this. A sale or influence is nothing but a transmission of confidence from one individual to the next.
Right.
The number one reason people buy from you, according to J. Carter Levinson, you know the guy that can't help come up with Jolly the Green Giant, Tony
Right.
the Tiger, Fly the Friendly Skies, Marlboro Brand Country for Marlboro Brand Cigarettes, his chain of books are the Guerrilla Marketing Series.
Mm-hmm.
In that book it says the number one reason they buy from you. It's not your price, not your selection, not your service, they're close to the top, but confidence was number one. Confidence that you can help solve the biggest challenge that they have.
Right.
So have the confidence not by their story, use the law of diminishing intent, and write that in there and say, hey, would you at least be willing to commit a time? It's not the time or place now, but for us to speak and have an intelligent conversation to schedule a workout plan that's at your convenience. Sound good?
That's perfect.
Absolutely. Done. Write that in there. You can solve that. Get it scheduled. Because if you schedule it, it'll become real. Anything else is just a bunch of freaking hype. So I appreciate you guys being here. Hey, did that help? Was that a good breakthrough?
Hugely, yes.
Okay, so if necessary, hit us, Facebook, Twitter, blow up Jesse McFarland. What's your Facebook or Twitter? What are you, Jesse McFarland?
Jesse McFarland, yeah, and I have a fan page. It's McFarland Training.
McFarland Training. So blow him up and ask him, did he ever get that other guy as a client? And hold him accountable. Ask him if he's using the law of diminishing intent, overcoming objections. So
right.
Appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.